Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible to all?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Mohini Sahu, a 45-year-old homemaker, is admitted to psychiatric unit in MKCG Jaipur. I was the student nurse assigned to her. I went to collect history from the patient. She was brought to the hospital by her husband and was wearing excessively raw eyeshadows and lipstick which doesn't even match with her clothes. She wore a purple dress which was adorned with several. She wore two neck scarves, two belts. She put on different colors of nail polish on her fingernails and her toenails. Every time I attempt, she would answer me in a rapid, loud voice. Very quickly, she used to say, Tame kiye? Tame ma kiye mate prashna pachaiba pai. She speaks too fast to understand. She jumps quickly from one topic to another while talking. ମତେ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦିଅ ମୋର 30 ଏକର ଜମି ଅଛି 30 ଭରି ସୁନା ବି ରାଜକନ୍ୟା ମୁଁ ଏଠି ଅଛି ମୋ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଝିଅକୁ ଆଣିକି ଘରେ ରଖିଛି ମୋ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ମତେ ମାରିଦେବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି ମୋ ଖାଦ୍ୟରେ ସେ ବିଷ ମିଶେଇକି ମତେ ଦେଉ during the next few days I observed that she didn't even sleep properly at night. She participated in numerous activities during the daytime which she couldn't complete. I'm sorry. We should, and she could not complete a single project successfully. She had a very low attention span and she was highly distracted. She would approach other clients and share intimate personal secrets with them. Her husband said that she had been behaving like this since a week. She is sleepy. She is not taking food at time. No proper diet. She has already spent more than 50,000 last week buying clothes. So what do you think the client is suffering from? Any guess?
Schizophrenia.
Delusion.
Schizophrenia.
But actually the client is suffering from mood disorders. You saw the client is hyper excited, she's excessively elated, inflated.
Mania.
Yes. So you saw that this client is very excited, she is having inflated self-esteem, illusions of grandeur, paranoid delusions like characterized by intense irrational mistrust or suspicion, like she feels that her husband is, more precisely delusion of jealousy. She is strongly convinced that her partner is unfaithful. She is excessively pleasurable activities like buying jewelries and clothes. These are delusions of persecution. There are delusions of persecution as well. Like she strongly believes her spouse kill her. She is most probably having a mood disorder. It could be bipolar 1 because it is associated with psychosis. Now she is in the maniac stage of the bipolar disorder. Good morning to respected madam. Good morning to my dear juniors and my colleagues. I am Sonali Naik here. Today we are going to discuss on maniac stage of the bipolar disorder. What is a mood disorder? A mood disorder is a mental health problem that primarily affects a person's emotional state. Disorder in which the person experiences long periods of extreme happiness, extreme sadness, or both. In our day-to-day life, we get angry when things does not happen the way we want. We get happy when things happen the way we want. When everything is normal, thing we are very happy, we are very excited. When does this become a disorder then? When there are certain psychological, physical, or symptoms associated with it, like prolonged happiness, loss of appetite, loss of adequate sleep, too much restlessness, fidgeting or gathering here and there, improper bowel or bladder habits, absurd thought process, sometimes psychotic features like delusions and hallucinations. It is general emotion state or mood is distorted and is inconsistent with your circumstances and interferes with your ability to function. Well, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving on to the next slide. How does ICD-10 classify by the International Statistical Classification of Diseases, Revision 10 by WHO, World Health Organization. It has suggested 12 in the ICD. ICD serves as an international systematic coding system. It has been in use since 1994. It has in it. Each chapter is associated with a block. The block is named alphanumerically. As you say, chapter number 1, from 1 to 22 are given in Roman numerals, and the blocks, they are named in alphanumerical form. That means numbers and alphabets, both are used. In that you find chapter F is corresponding to mental and behavioral disorders. That is F00 to F99. And in that, F30 to 39 is for mood affective disorders. Moving on to the types of mood disorder. Unipolar versus bipolar mood disorder. Unipolar mood disorder is characterized by episodes of depression, that is of the spectrum of the mood disorder. We shall discuss about the spectrum of mood disorder in the coming slide. It includes depression and dyspnea, mild form of depression over a long period of time, say for 2 years. Bipolar mood disorder is characterized by episodes of mania, along that is both poles of spectrum of mood disorders are found. It includes bipolar 1, 2 or cyclothymia, which is a mental state characterized swings between depression and elation. So this is how the mood disorders are classified 30 to 39. In that we find F30 is for maniac episode. Coming to the spectrum of the bipolar spectrum, do you have any idea on what do we mean by a spectrum? Anyone? In physics, you have read about this in the chapter of light, if you remember. You have read about visible light, VIBGYOR, a band of colors as like rainbow, produced by separation of components of light by their different degrees of refraction according to their violet had the least wavelength and high frequency, hence more energy, while red had maximum wavelength, hence less frequency and less energy. This is also a broad spectrum of the mood disorder. These are the two extremities. One is depression with psychosis. Here, in case of spectrum of mood disorders, we have a continuum of moods which is ranging from mania with psychosis to depression with psychosis. Typically, we find mania is at one pole, depression is at the other pole of this continuum model, and its center is pivoted at the normal balance. Today's class is all about the left side of the normal mood, that is all about mania. We find bipolar 1, it includes mania to depression with psychosis. We find bipolar 2, which includes hypomania to severe depression. And we find cyclothymia, which ranges from hypomania. We have cyclothymia, which ranges from hypomania to dyspnea, that is low for. So, till now you have read what is the different types of the poles, what is the spectrum. So, let us discuss about this in details. Elation. What do we mean by that? When the mood is characterized by great happiness. Suppose you won a match. Then hypomania. This mood is characterized by abnormally excited state of mind, which affects mood behavior of the client. Here too, there will be feelings of extreme happiness along with excitement, but abnormal since it is associated with decreased need for sleep, highly incoherent speech, racing thoughts, lack of proper sleep and rest. Suppose we're taking an example of Mr. A. Suppose Mr. A is the captain of a team that won a match. The day of winning, everyone in the team is excited, everyone is enjoying, and decided to go for a dance, music, party, etc. But when Mr. A, suppose Mr. A is a captain and he suppose too much, say even after 2 weeks, he has not slept, yet active, highly restless, energetic, he is not taking his diet properly. He is witnessing her bowel and bladder habits. He is involved in too much of partying. Even after 2 weeks, he is found wasting all his money celebrating the success in his pub. The fight between getting genuinely happy and abnormally happy. Then the next one is mania. The symptoms of Mr. A is more exact. Has become gambling, spending all his money for buying too much of clothes, scarves, drinks. Now he has started having incoherent speech. Opposite person is unable to perceive what he is talking about since he is talking too fast. There are other physiological signs like weight loss, talking too loudly, too quick and fast. He has become very impulsive. And the last stage, that is maniac with psychosis. Suppose say Mr. A is associated with certain psychotic features like delusion or hallucination. He believes that Ricky Ponting is loving him. This is an error. Suppose he says that he is able to hear Ricky Ponting say him I love you, then that is the auditory hallucination. Introduction to mania. Mania is a type of mood disorder. Mania refers to the syndrome in which the central features are overactivity, mood change, which may be towards elation or irritability. Irritability is usually seen in younger children and self-important ideas. Maniac episode is about 0.8 to 1%. This disorder occurs in episodes lasting usually 3 to 4 months, followed by complete recovery. It's coined the word mania. Affect is a short-lived emotional response to an idea or an event, and mood, which is sustained emotional response. Moving to the next slide. Classification of mania. In F31 to F39 affective disorders. So F30 is mania, F30.0 that is hypomania, F30.1 mania without psychotic symptoms, mania with psychotic symptoms like grandiose delusions, hallucinations, and catatonia. Grandiose delusions, as I said. One example, like Mr. A, he says that I am the ruler of the world, or I am like a Superman. Everyone should bow their head down before me. That is an example of delusion. Hallucination, like Mr. A says that he is able to hear Ricky Ponting say him something. That is auditory hallucination. Or suppose he sees Ricky Ponting, though he is not actually there. So that is visual hallucination. Then catatonia, inability to move normally, characterized fast and strange movements, or any unusual behavior, somewhat like maniac stupor. Then F30.20 with psychotic symptoms, F30.21 with mood incongruent psychotic symptoms. What do we mean by mood congruent psychotic symptoms? Suppose the captain who was talking, to see and hear some Ashwin Yadav. Ashwin Yadav is a former Hyderabad cricketer. He died at the age of 33 due to cardiac arrest on 24. Mr. A says that he is advised by Ashwin Yadav to buy drinks, to dress up flamboyantly, spend all his money at dancing bars and all. Mood congruent psychotic symptoms. There are psychotic symptoms, but that is congruent with the mood. Then mood incongruent example. Suppose Mr. A says, I am the ruler of the world. Everyone should bow their head down before me. This is not congruent with his mood. So incongruent psychotic symptoms. Means psychotic symptoms are existing, but that is not congruent with the mood. 30.8 for other maniac episodes, or maniac episode unspecified. Moving on to the different etiology. First is genetic theory.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Is my
More
voice not audible?
congruent psychotic symptoms, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
Okay. Psychotic symptoms includes either hallucinations or delusions. Hallucinations means existing actually in the something which is not existing actually in the real world, but the patient is able to see or hear it. I mean, visible hallucinations or auditory hallucinations. So when we are talking about mood congruent psychotic means the mood of the patient is hyperactive, hyperexcited. If it is congruent with that, means if the psychotic symptoms whichever he is witnessing, if that is congruent, that can be classified under F30.20. For example, let's take the example of the same captain, Mr. A. He is hyperexcited, mood is highly excited, very restless, not taking proper sleep, not having proper diet. Suppose he is saying the voice of a former cricketer who is advising him to go spend more time in the dancing clubs, buy more drinks, dress up more, waste all your savings in buying all these things. So this can be an example of more congruent psychotic symptoms. But suppose Mr. Captain, which is our patient here, suppose he starts saying that I am the ruler of the world, or he says that I am the Superman, I can win all types of matches, bow their head down for me. Then that is an example of mood incongruent psychotic symptoms, which means there are psychotic symptoms, but that is not congruent with the mood. So moving to the different etiologies of.
Everybody understood this mood congruent and mood incongruent, or you are having still doubt? If you are having doubt, you can ask. Purnima?
Yes, ma'am.
Doubt clear, or you are having any doubt regarding mood congruent?
No, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Moving to the etiology. Etiologies means the causes of mania. First is the genetic theory. See, there are.
मैम
हाँ बोलो.
मैम mood congruent ଆଉ mood incongruent ମାନେ mood congruent ମାନେ ତ ମାନେ ତାର ଯାହା ବି ସିଚୁଏସନ ତାର mood ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ ସେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ କରୁଥିବ ଆଉ
Psychotic
incongruent
symptoms
ମାନେ
will be
ତ
congruent with the mood. तारा mood जहाँ थिबो.
ହଁ ତ ମ୍ୟାମ ଯଦି ତାର ଯଦି ଖୁସି ଅଛି ତ ସେ ଖୁସି ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ କରୁଥିବ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଯଦି ଦୁଃଖରେ ମାନେ ତାର କାହାର ଲଭ୍ ୱାନ୍ ମାନଙ୍କର ଡେଥ୍ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ସେ ଯଦି ଖୁସି ହଉଛି ତ ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ମୁଡ୍ ଇନକନଗ୍ରୁଏଣ୍ଟ କହିବା ମ୍ୟାମ ଆପଣଙ୍କ
that can also
ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ
be.
ଟା ମୁଁ ରିଲେଟ କରିପାରିଲିନି
Yes, actually mood congruent means when terms means your delusion or hallucination are of different varieties. So when your delusion and hallucination are congruent means matching. So then you are matching to the means manic phase, then it is mood congruent. But when it is not matching, that means you are having the delusion, particularly I can say the delusion of grandeur in one patient, that is mood congruent delusion. But when, because the patient is hyperactive and patient thinks that I am dead and he feels himself like a almighty, so it is a mood congruent. Mood incongruent will be when the patient will feel depressed, but he will be an active phase of mania. Mood incongruent means mood is not matching with the psychotic symptoms. It is like that. Am I clear, Tejashwini, now?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ମ୍ୟାମ
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
Sonali, move to the next.
Yes. So now we are going to discuss on the etiology. First is genetic theory. All the characters that are manifest beings are because of the gene. So if the genetic constitution or the biological makeup of the body is not proper, then there can be manifestation disorders like mania. According to statistics from National Institute of Mental Health, if an identical twins develop same mood disorder, then the other 20% chances of developing the disorder too. This risk decreases to 15% with siblings or parents for the child of person with mood. Grandparents, aunts, uncles have about 7% chance of developing a mood disorder. The next theory is about biochemical theory. Increased emitters such as serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine, these at the receptor sites of the brain can cause elevation in mood. Increase in them can cause to depression. This explanation is termed as biogenic amine hypothesis given by Sadok and Sadok, Shaw, Bowles, and Richardson. Neuroendocrine regulation. Low levels of hormone cortisol has been observed in patients with clinical symptoms of mania. Normally, where it is released from the adrenal cortex. This cortisol level, it reaches peak in early morning, levels off during the daytime, and reaches the lowest point in level peaks earlier in the patients with depressed mood and remains all-time high throughout the day. But in case of manic patient, the cortisol levels fall due to loss of the HPA axis. What is HPA axis? It is actually hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. From the hypothalamus, the corticotropin is released. It excites or it stimulates the pituitary, the anterior pituitary gland, to release ACTH, which is adrenocorticotrophic hormone. Stimulates the adrenal cortex to release the cortisol. Then the neurological conditions, like some physical illness. Physical conditions can cause hypomania and mania, including lupus, encephalitis, dementia, brain injury, brains in perihypothalamic region, and strokes. In the perihypothalamic region, there are structures like amygdala, hippocampus. They constitute the limbic system. Basically, the limbic system is associated with the emotional part of the brain, emotional response of the brain. What do we, any idea? Lupus is an inflammatory disease which is caused when immune system attacks its own tissue. Disease. It is characterized by pain in chest, muscles, fatigue, fever, anemia, etc. What do we mean by encephalitis? Inflammation of the brain, of the encephalon. Then dementia, mental disorder which is caused by the brain disease or any injury which is marked by memory disorder or impaired reasoning. Then stroke. Stroke is cerebrovascular accident. Why does it happen? When the part of the brain, there is interruption in the blood supply to it. Then certain medications can cause mania, like taking antidepressants or withdrawal from a mood stabilizer medication curing mania can cause symptoms of hypomania. Then psychodynamic theory. Several theorists like Carl Abraham, Bertram Levin, and Melanie Klein have attempted to explain the psychodynamia. Psychodynamic means it's an approach to systematic study of psychology that underlies human behavior, feelings, emotions, and how to early experiences. Manic episodes are viewed as a defense mechanism against underlying depression due to client's inability or developmental tragedy such as loss of a parent. These episodes are also the result of tyrannical superego, producing intolerable that is replaced by euphoric self-satisfaction or ego overwhelmed by pleasurable impulses such as sex or by feared impulses such as aggression. By Sadok and Sadok in 2008. What do we mean by tyrannical? Tyrannical means cruel, oppressive, controlling. Superego means component of personality, and it provides the moral standards on which the ego operates. Suppose you are fighting with your best friend. You had a really massive fight with your best friend, and then you left the college. Years later, you meet her at some marriage function. There is a conflict in your mind. Your ego says you should approach her. After all, she is your friend. Years have gone by. Maybe she has changed. Let me ask her how she is doing all these years. But superego says no means no. So in these patients, where just between the superego and ego, means their superego becomes too much tyrannical, very cruel. So that is able to produce intolerable self-criticism replaced by euphoric self-satisfaction, which causes maniac. Other social causes like high levels of stress, changes in, usually we see that a maniac patient, there is lack of adequate sleep. He sleeps for a very little time, less than 3 hours a day. In spite of being active, very restless all throughout the day. Using any recreational drugs or alcohol. Changes. For example, some people are likely to experience hypomaniac and mania in the spring. Seasonal changes also happens in some people. So phototherapy people when they are experiencing depression in winters. A significant change in your life, like moving to a new house or going through a divorce. For other social causes can be childbirth, loss, trauma, abuse, difficult life conditions, for example, problems with money, harness, or as a side effect of antidepressants, as a side effect of physical illness or neurological conditions. Other family histories, like if you have experiences bipolar moods, you are likely to experience it. As I said, there is a genetic theory behind that. Then moving on to in the brain. In mania, there seems to be increased activity in certain parts of the brain. Amygdala, which is a part of the brain that when stimulated, often increase sexual activity and those kinds of behavior. There is marked increase in dopamine, increased noradrenaline, which contributes to the mania. Almond-shaped structure, as you see in the picture. Very small almond-shaped structure. It's a collection of cells, usually located at the base of the brain. It is hemisphere. That means total two in number. It is responsible for the emotional memories. Here, emotions are given meaning. They are remembered one another. Basically, pleasure, fear, anger, anxiety. Suppose you're walking along the road. You are coming across lots of faces. All? No. But someone who accidentally threw a banana peel at you. You'll remember that forever? So limbic system comprises of the hippocampus, amygdala, all involved in a Papage circuit. It is involved in the behavioral or emotional responses, which are needed: feeding, fight and flight responses, our reproduction, taking care of our young ones. Amygdala is responsible for the emotional response such as fear, anger, and anxiety. Moving to the next slide. Stages of mania. Elevated mood can pass through depending on the severity of the maniac episode. First stage is euphoria, mild elevation of mood, an increased sense of psychological well-being and not in keeping with the ongoing events. This is usually seen in hypomania, stage 1. Then elation is the stage 2, which is characterized by mood, a feeling of confidence and enjoyment, along with an increased psychomotor activity. Elation is classically seen in mania. Exaltation, it is characterized by severe elevation of mood, intense elation with delusions of grandeur, seen in severe mania. And the last stage, or stage 4, which is characterized by very severe elevation of mood, intense sense of rapture or blissfulness, typically seen in a stuporous mania. So let us learn more about this by giving an example. Suppose Mr. A, the captain, suppose he is happy and excited after winning the match. There is increased sense of well-being and happiness. Now he is in stage 1, euphoria. He has distributed sweets to the entire city. That means he is not in keeping with the ongoing events. A normal person would have distributed sweets to the near ones only, but he has distributed to whole city. Moving to the next stage 2. Mr. A is now more excited. He is highly confident. He's increased psychomotor activity, like he's too much dancing, has been dancing for 6 hours continuously, and yet he's not feeling tired. He's not even standing for a while. And if at all he pauses to dance, he starts fidgeting. Either foot or finger, he must be continuously tapping against the ground. Next is exaltation. Suppose Mr. A is now intensely elated. Now he says he's able to see and hear, dictating him to spend more and more money in the dancing clubs. That is, he is having psychotic features. This is hallucination in his real life, but he is just experiencing like that. He feels like I'm the Superman of the world. This is delusion of grandeur. He feels like I can win all sorts of matches. Then suppose he moves to the stage 4, that is ecstasy. Now suppose Mr. A has been to a state of blissfulness, rapture, means he feels intense pleasure, like he's on the 7th heaven, he's walking on air, enjoying a state of pride and optimism. Delirious means acutely disturbed state of mind, which is chaos and incoherent speeches. Mr. A says, "Who are you?" He's so much excited and proud that he is unable to recognize even his coach. He is in a state of wild excitement, overwhelming happiness. Moving on to the next slide, clinical features of mania. An acute maniac episode is characterized by the following features, which should last Elevated, expansive, or irritable mood. The 4 stages of that I have already explained. 4 stages based on the severity of the manic episodes. The next one is the expansive mood. Expansive and unselective enthusiasm for interacting with people and surrounding environment. Sometimes irritable mood may be predominant, especially when the person what he wants. There may be rapid, short-lasting shifts from euphoria to depression to anger. Suppose Mr. A, he'll become anger, he'll get very angry, he'll get irritated. Next is psychomotor activity. There is an increased psychomotor ranging from overactiveness to restlessness to manic excitement. The person involved in ceaseless activity, going on dancing for hours. May or may not be goal-oriented and is based on external environmental cues. Rarely, a manic patient can go into a stupor state, that is manic stupor. A stupor. Person is in stupor, means he is some kind of, you can say he is kind of, can be aroused with vigorous stimulation, like say pain. There is a difference between stupor and coma. Person in coma, when you're giving them vigorous stimulation, you're poking them with any pointed objects, they will not respond. They will still keep their eyes closed. But stupor is mania, what will happen? Here, lack of response to external stimuli. No response to being spoken. Suppose the team member who is asking to Mr. A, the captain of the team, hello sir, he will not respond. Suppose the team member is poking him with the finger or even with a pointed object, then also no response. Mr. A is very much reluctant to even respond. Moving to the next one, speech and thought. There may be flight of ideas, thoughts racing in mind. Result, the client will be quickly jumping from one topic to another. Pressure of speech. Speech is forceful, strong, and difficult to interrupt. Playful language with punning, rhyming, joking, teasing, speaks loudly, and there may be flight of ideas. What do we mean by punning? Make play on words. For example, what do you call a knight who is afraid to fight? They will be making jokes. Okay. There can be delusions of ideas or grandeur, like grandiosity, with marked inflated self-esteem. Delusions of persecution may sometimes develop second grandeur, like I am so great that people are against me. This feeling that I am very great, this is called delusion of grandiosity. People are against me, as I gave that my husband is trying to kill me, he's trying to poison me. That is delusion of persecution. Then hallucinations. They can be both auditory and visual. Religious content can occur, like God appeared before me and spoke to me. Since these psychotic symptoms are keeping with the elevated mood state, that they are called as mood features. Then distractibility. It's a common feature and results in rapid changes in speech and activity in response to even irrelevant external stimuli. Next is the goal-directed activity. The person is unusually alert, trying to do many things at one time. In hypomania, the ability to function better, there is marked increase in productivity and creativity. Many artists and writers have contributed significantly in this period. As past, his mild forms of mania is often difficult to elicit. It is really important to take additional historical information from reliable informants, that is family members. If the person is working in an organization, those other colleagues, they can also give one history. In mania, there is marked activity with excessive planning and at times execution of multiple activities. Due to being involved in so many of activities and distractibility, there is often a declability in later stage. There is marked increase in sociability, even with previously unknown people. Gradually, this sociability leads to an interfering behavior, not recognize it as abnormal at that time. The person becomes highly impulsive, disinhibited with sexual indiscretions, can later become hypersexual and promiscuous. Other features like increased sociabilities, very impulsive behavior, disinhibition, sexual and promiscuous behavior. What do we mean by impulsive behavior? It is the tendency to act without thinking. For example, blurting like even talking about the person's like intimate secrets. They will be going and talking with with other patients who they do not know. Then some for example, to buy something which they hadn't planned to, going on buying which they do not even need, run across the street without looking. They are the vehicles running on the street, but they don't bother to look into that. They'll just run across the street. By disinhibition, it means lack of restraint. There is poor risk assessment. Highly impulsive behavior will be present in the client. Not understand that what he is saying, how he has started speaking about anything that comes to his mind without even analyzing the risk associated with it. Indulge himself in high risk activities like buying sprees, reckless driving, foolish business investments, distributing money or articles to unknown persons. As I said before, the woman who was admitted in the hospital, she used to say to other clients, "Je mate gharuku nei jiba, mu taku 3 ekar jami debi." Dressed up in a gaudy, flamboyant clothes, although in severe manic, there may be poor self-care. Suppose the person has already entries, then there will be poor self-care, decreased need for sleep, less than 3 hours a day, decreased food intake due to hyperactivity, decreased attention, poor judgment, and absence of insight. Means the patient will not be able to understand that he is suffering from a disease. Lack of insight will be there. Common signs of manic episode: less sleep, risky behavior, irritability, flight of ideas, rapid speech. Some other symptoms: sudden changes in the energy and activity, impaired judgment, mood changes, speech, development of psychosis. There will be changes in the thought patterns. Certain risk factors for mania. The following risk factors have been established as clinical practical guidelines. They include previous episodes of mania. See, mania, once it appears, difficult for the family members to understand why the person is behaving in that way. So the more quickly they understand that it's a disease, it's a psych, the client needs to be consulted to the nearest physician. So time goes, means it becomes very late by that time. If the patient is on medication, then the chances of relapse are still there. 40 to 60% chances are still there. But suppose the patient is not in any medical diagnosed, or the patient is not yet coming to the physician, then the chances of this cycle between the maniac and depressive mood, this will go on. If there is a family history, genetic history, more likely to get a bipolar disorder or a maniac disorder, link is affected with that. Or more in the case of identical twins, or if the patient is already having prior suicide attempts. Basically, female gender to have more, female are more tend to get mood disorders, more susceptible to get mood disorder as compared to male gender. That is younger than 40 years. Any medical comorbidity, if that is present, can be brain tumors, strokes, encephalitis, lack of social support, any stressful life event, if that has happened in the person's life. As we talked about the psychodynamic theory, history means in the person's childhood history, if something has happened which he was unable to cope with, that will get manifested in later. Or if the person is having alcohol or any substance abuse, or if there is presence of anxiety, overeating, or eating disorder. Eating disorder can be anything. It may be anorexia, bulimia, or pica eating. Then obsessive compulsive disorder, personality disorder, addictions. Moving to the next slide. Hypomania versus mania. This much we know that hypomania is a lesser degree, is a very severe degree. So it requires hospitalization. Hypomania usually does not require a hospitalization, severe than manic episode. It occurs in bipolar 2. Mania occurs in bipolar 1. Right? Warning signs of mania. Commonly, warning signs includes needing less sleep, being more active, feeling unusually happy, irritable and unrealistic plans or focusing intensely on a goal, being easily distracted, having racing thoughts, having unrealistic feelings of self-importance, talkative. Then diagnosis, there are no certain lab tests to determine mania, but yes, lots of tests need to be done, ranging from your to lab test, blood test, and even sometimes imaging of the brain. To identify any medical conditions, lab tests like hemoglobin, complete blood count, blood urea nitrogen, serum electrolytes, urea creatinine, all these things needs to be checked. Why? Because at times when there is more creatinine, or if there is an imbalance in electrolytes, say the person is having hyponatremia, then symptoms which is somehow similar to dyspnea. So lab test is very essential to be done. High thyroxine level can cause similar symptoms like mania. So that rule it out. So TSH test or thyroxine test needs to be done. Brain imaging like EEG, CT scan, MRI assess the client's condition. Then the psychiatric assessment, doctor needs to talk to a psychiatrist who will talk to you about feelings, behavior patterns. You may also need to fill out a psychological self-assessment or questionnaire. With your permission, the family members or your close friends, if a client is working in an organization, then the close friends, they will be asked to provide information about you. Then mood charting. You may be asked to keep a daily record, sleep patterns, or other factors that could help you with diagnosis and finding the right treatment. Standardized tools to diagnose mania. Standardized tools includes Altman self-rating maniac scale and Young's mania rating scale. In this slide, we shall deal about Altman self-rating maniac scale. The Altman self-rating maniac scale is a short 5-item self-assessment questionnaire in assessing the presence and severity of maniac and hypomanic symptoms. Positive, it includes 5 different parameters, and scorings will be on basis of scores associated with each of them. Scores above 5 are indicative of mania or hypomania. The 5 parameters are positive mood, sleep patterns, speech, and activity level. If the score is more than 5, then it indicates mania or hypomania. And it also indicates how severe the person is in which stage of mania. So you need to examine basing on this scale. You need to determine the efficacy of it. Suppose the person is already on mood stabilizing agents. Is the mood stabilizing agent working, or he needs more dosage of it, or those things can be assessed. And it is also used to qualify whether the severity of manic episode is increasing with time or it's decreasing. Then Young Mania Rating Scale. This was developed by Vincent E. Ziegler and popularized by Robert Young. This picture is of Vincent E. It is an 11-item multiple choice diagnostic questionnaire which psychiatrists use to measure the presence and severity of mania and associated. This scale, it is most frequently used to assess the maniac symptoms. It has got 11 items like elevated mood, activity, energy, sexual interest, sleep, irritability, speech, rate and amount, language, thought disorder, content, disruptive, aggressive behavior, and insight. This scale of 11 items is based on patient's subjective report of his or her clinical condition over the previous 48 hours. Young Mania Rating Scale, baseline scores can vary a lot. They depends on the patient's clinical features such as mania, if it is at least 12 or at least 3. Moving to the nursing process. First is the assessment. We patient looking at its general appearance, communication, mood, affect, feelings, behavior, risk factors, and transcultural considerations. Nurse must keep in mind that the client with clinical symptoms of bipolar disorder may have psychiatric comorbidities such as anxiety, substance abuse, display proper eye contact, empathetic listening. She should show some genuine interest in the patient's condition and approach in an unhurried manner. The nurse should win the confidence of the client. You need to stress on several factors, which ranges from the client's general appearance to the transitions. In the general appearances, client may avoid eye contact. They may dress up flamboyantly in a bizarre fashion. They may exhibit activity like fidgeting, tapping fingers or toes on ground. Client looks very excited, enthusiastic, very restless, highly associative. They appear very friendly, as though they are very always ready to help. Assessment data must show which bipolar mood disorder they are. Means at least your assessment should show that the client is currently in maniac phase or in depressed phase. In it, which stage of mania he is now. You must also know how frequently the client's symptoms are cycling. Maybe in hours, in days, or in months. We know in cyclothymia, the changes in mood occurs very irregular, sometimes even within the hours. Then about the communication, the client, if they have difficulty in understanding your language, because you need to communicate with the client in the language which he understands. Communicating effectively with the client. In the maniac patient, the speech is pressurized as they are very active. They exhibit flight of ideas, which may or may they may be, as I said, they may be mood congruent or mood incongruent. They may be racing thoughts. They may jump quickly from one topic to another. They talk very fast and loud, and hence they are considered nuisance to their nearest patients. They cannot be interrupted once started. The nurse needs to collect information not only from the patient, but also from the peer and family members. One needs to is having any homicidal thoughts or not. Then mood, affect, and feelings. Affect is short-lived emotional idea or an event. Mood is a sustained and pervasive emotional response. Client in manic phase of bipolar disorder are euphoric. They demonstrate a low frustration tolerance, anger, hostility, and emotional lability. For example, exhibiting laughter, depressed mood. Within minutes to hours, nurse need to ask the client to describe intensely and duration of changes in the mood, affect, or feelings, and what feeling has he attached to it. Try to find out any external stressors such as changes in the physical health with the marital status, any alteration in the family dynamics or economic status, any cultural or ethic issues are present, sexual identity consent. So nurse needs to find out. Moving to the next one, that is behaviors. Client behavior is influenced by his thought process, content, level of cognition, judgment, insight, or any perceptual disturbance if present. Nurse needs to focus on client's ability to meet daily needs, remain compliant with the plan of care. Then the risk factors. There are other psychiatric comorbidities or other medical illness, like cancers. So patient may exhibit homicidal thoughts. So these are the risk factors which needs to be eliminated. Routine lab tests like complete blood count, thyroid, your serum electrolyte level, different types of blood tests were there. Even the brain imaging, MRI and EEG, those things needs to be done. Move trans-cultural consideration. In some culture, making an eye contact is considered an offense, but in some it is not. In some cultures, nowadays world, there is a fashion of putting different colors of nail paints on different fingernails. So if you happen to see such a, will you consider it as a maniac patient? Some may consider, some may not. So there are trans-cultural considerations. Is when the nurse is assessing the client for a maniac episode, nurse must also understand that what cultural influence certain things may be considered as an offense for the nurse's culture, but that is normal in the patient's culture. Examples of Nanda nursing diagnosis: imbalanced nutrition less than body requirements related to anorexia secondary to manic state of bipolar disorder. Related to hyperactivity secondary to manic state of bipolar disorder. Impaired verbal communication related to inability to concentrate state of bipolar disorder. ineffective coping related to delusions of grandeur, secondary to maniac state of bipolar disorder. Or there may be sleep pattern related to hyperactivity, secondary to maniac state of bipolar disorder. Example of outcomes: client will demonstrate interest in personal hygiene and appearance. The client will identify factors that reduce activity tolerance. The client will report a reduction of sensitivity intolerance. The client will discuss the causes of fatigue. The client will identify personal coping patterns and the consequences of the behavior that results. Describe factors that prevent or inhibit the sleep. The client will describe the causative factors of anorexia when known. The client will demonstrate and impartialize with his peers and staff. The client will demonstrate between reality, the client will differentiate between reality. The client will identify at least two positive attributes about self. Nursing interventions explore ways because this helps the client to verbalize the feelings. Verbalization of feelings can help to relieve the stress. The ways that lead to impulse spending and buying, because identification of the precipitating events may prepare the client to avoid similar circumstance in the future. Need for medication or any supportive therapy to improve the coping skills. For treating mania, not only medications are not sufficient, supportive are also important. Sometimes recreational and occupation therapy is important. Family and marital therapies are also important. So you need to find out different therapies that is necessary for the client. So involving the client facilitates his understanding and acceptance of to stabilize his behavior. Consult with the dietitian to determine daily caloric requirements and ideal body weight range. Because the client's increased activity level during the manic episode also needs increased demand of the nutrients. The more active they are, they need more nutrients. Encourage the client to eat meals with others, because eating meals with others will increase socialization and provide an opportunity for the client nutritional meals. Provide positive feedback about appearance. Client may lack interest in personal hygiene and appearance. Positive feedback, well-being, and promote his self-esteem. Identify at least one person with whom the client was comfortable enough to socialize. Identify community support bipolar disorder. The client is more likely to socialize if the surroundings are familiar. The client will need to develop social skills with others to facilitate work. Then evaluation. The client will meet the stated outcomes and demonstrate an improvement in the mood, affect, or behavior. All hygiene will improve. The client will also verbalize an understanding of his diagnosis, recognize clinical symptoms of the relapse, and will continuum of care. That means, in short, he will develop an insight of the disease. Other treatments: pharmacotherapy, lithium to 2100 mg per day, sodium valproate 600 to 2600 mg per day. Anticonvulsant can be used as mood stabilizers like 300 to 3600 mg per day, topiramate 25 to 400 mg per day, or carbamazepine 600 to 1800 mg per day. Narcotic drugs like ariprazole 10 to 30 mg per day, risperidone 0.5 to 16 mg per day, and olanzapine 5 to 20 ml. Then other somatic therapies like electroconvulsive therapies. It can be used for acute manic excitement if not adequately responding to lithium. Usually ECT can be given 3 times a week for about 2 to 4 weeks, means the session will extend between 2 to 4 the patient's condition. After that, maintenance therapy may be there, maybe weekly or maybe monthly, depends on the patient's condition. The psychosocial treatment, which uses family and marital therapy. It is used to decrease the intrafamilial and interpersonal difficulties and modify the stressors. The main purpose is to ensure the continuity of treatment and adequate drug compliance. The nurse therapist should therefore address issue relationships, employment, working hour, workplace stress. Frequency of this therapy depends on the medication compliance, suicidal risk, or severity of the illness, Nature of the psychotherapeutic goals. Health education to the client. Health education is an ongoing begins as soon as the client is admitted to the hospital. The nurse needs to educate the client not to take any medications of his own, Stress the importance of consulting the prescriber before discontinuing any medication. Clienting maniac behavior should not assume too much of responsibilities. He should not overexert himself, should not exhaust themselves, they should not extend themselves. Be amiable with others. They should not show over friendliness, very highly sociable, that they shouldn't do. They should control themselves. They should have a restraining self. The clients and the family need to understand that bipolar disorder is a syndrome. It's not a single symptom. Some clients, especially the teenagers, have trouble distinguishing bipolar symptoms from their personalities. Usually in children and teenagers, euphoria is not that highly pronounced, but is highly seen. So they need to have this insight when the symptoms of mania is appearing, and when they must not get confused that it is appearing. There are several support groups to help the client, the family member. Patient may not always recognize the effect, because patient will not always recognize the extent of his abnormal behavior. Nurse must advise the client the best way to monitor is to prevent the maniac episodes. So for managing, you need to maintain a stable sleep pattern, going to bed at proper time, waking up, putting yourself to more stress, or falling prey into the rabbit hole of time. Stay on a daily routine. Plan your daily schedule with fairly instead of overexerting yourself. Set realistic goals. Do not overextend yourself. Set goals which you think. Do not use alcohols or illegal drugs. It may be tempting to use them, but once you are already on mood stabilizer, there is a side effect of these alcohol and other drugs on the mood stabilizing drugs that you're taking. Get help from the families and friends. Talk to them. Say them about when you are feeling uncomfortable, or what is the external stressor which is triggering the episodes in you. Reduce stress at home and at work. Try to keep regular hours at school and at work, because if you are improve, if you are bringing the workplace stress to the home and home place stress to the work, so you need to put a gap on that. Keep every day. After you know your early warning signs, check your mood daily to see whether you have a heading for a mood. Write down your symptom in a journal or record them on a chart or a calendar. When you see a pattern or a warning sign of a mood swing, seek treatment. Do not withhold the medications of your own. As prescribed by the physician, take the medications. If any plans for family and ECT, complete the therapy, complete the session. Then summarizing the topic, WHO, that is the World Health Organization International Classification of Disease, the 10th division has come into existence on 1994. ICD-10 has got 22 chapters, each with a block which is named alphanumerically. Chapter F or Chapter 5, this is referred to the mental health, and in that it includes from F00 to F99. From F30 to F39 it includes mood and affective disorder. F30 is for, we have learned about the different mood disorder. It may be unipolar or it may be bipolar. Unipolar if only depression is found. bipolar if both depression and mania. You have learned the spectrum of the mood disorder, how it ranges from maniac with psychotic features to depression with psychotic features. These two are at the, and it is pivoted at the balanced normal mood. We have read the left part of the spectrum, that is from the balanced maniac with psychotic symptoms. As I said, cited the example of Mr. A, who was the captain of the team that won the match. So we have learned about affect and mood. Affect is a short-lived emotional response to an idea or an event. Mood is sustained and pervasive emotional response. There are several, it may be genetic cause. That means, for example, if there is any genetic mutation, this can predispose a client to maniac features. Theory, which states that higher levels of norepinephrine, serotonin, and dopamine are causing mania. Neuroendocrine regulation of the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis. This will lead to maniac symptoms. Neurological conditions like brain injury, brain tumors, these can lead to the symptoms of mania. Common signs and symptoms includes less sleep, then involving in risky behavior, easy irritability and distraction, flight of ideas, rapid speech, hypersexuality, sudden change. It can be treated by lithium, sodium valproate, anticonvulsion that can be used as mood stabilizers like carbamazepine, GABA, antipsychotic drugs like ariprazole, risperidone, olanzapine, certain other somatic therapies like ECT, and includes family marital therapy, talk therapy, or occupational and recreation therapy that can also help. Learning about the prognosis of this bipolar. Without treatment, 90% of the patients will experience subsequent manic or depressive episode, and the cycle will go on. But with treatment, relapse, but the range is between 40 to 60%. Poor prognosis is seen in case of those associated with history of abuse or with other comorbidities, those who are not taking medications properly. So as a nurse, you need to assess the client properly. You need to win the confidence to offer your helping hand to who are struggling with a mood disorder. Thank you all. So if any doubts are there, you can now. This is my bibliography. Any doubts or any questions you can ask?